We're back for another week of Unplugged. I think this is the first time we've said the name of the podcast.
Unplugged.
Yeah.
Where we're completely plugged into this box that we can't scoot away from.
Yeah.
Can't move.
So did you make a list from AI? Is that right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I chose this one because I'm from the 90s and all the MTV Unplugged sets
That's right.
that were
Where almost anything
famous.
goes.
Yeah.
So we're cordless.
Yeah. As long as we're going to say the name of the podcast, we should welcome Donita because it's her first time on.
Yay! Yay!
And so we also thought we maybe should tell folks like kind of what we're trying to do here. This is not another sermon, Doug.
Oh, why do you invite me here if you don't let me rant for 30 minutes?
Yeah, because we already listened to that a few times a week. Somebody asked me like what all you do, like the series, and like I started talking and like I almost filled up a hand and I could actually tell them like what the series was and what was going on. I'm like, man, that's a lot. That's just a lot of content. So
you remember better than I do because I'm like, what am I doing this Sunday?
Yeah, I might have told them the Red River rules because that's stuck in my brain because of OU Texas.
I think you actually said the Red River Shootout. That's what I think I heard you say.
The Red River Shootout. I called it the Red River Rules.
Yeah.
Tom was like, Red Sea?
See?
That's what I meant?
Yeah. And so, but this is not another sermon.
No, not unless you want it to be. I mean...
And people have probably realized, if they've listened much, that these are also not really in a very timely fashion from when we record, because I think the prayer vigil got talked about after the prayer vigil was when the podcast dropped. So it's not like announcements, like we do those a lot. So it's neither one of those two things. But we do talk about spirituality. We do talk about church life. You know, things that are going on are going to come up, but like that's not the reason for this.
Yeah.
It's unscripted.
I have a few notes this time. That's normally Jyles that
noted.
Brings up a few notes.
That's good, though. It helps
I do
us
not
kind
have a
of
script.
get back on track sometimes,
Yes.
where we don't talk too much about sports or squirrels. Yeah.
Or there's this really awkward silence because nobody knows what they should say next.
Yeah. So we did have an interesting start this morning that I came in the office and said, hey, I really need you guys to bless me. And you guys said yes before I said what the thing was. And the thing was to count the chairs.
He cannot count worth anything. That is no joke.
I can count just fine.
Whatever.
I counted the first section and it probably took me, I don't know, 100 seconds. And I was like, this is so boring.
And that wore him out that he could not do 3 more sections. He had to like leave and be like, hey, can you guys come help me count? I'm like I need some oxygen.
Well, I had to take my shoes off, so that was hard. But Donita and Doug and Jyles did go count the other sections, and then I wrote them down.
Yes. So he supervised the last 100 seconds.
Yeah, and then Doug and Jyles had a math nerd competition to do the math in their head of the 4 sums.
Yeah.
Doug won.
Yeah.
Why did y'all count chairs?
Because
what an excellent segue. That's why we have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I wasn't here, so I didn't observe the activity.
So we counted chairs because good news. Our numbers are going up.
Yes.
So we've averaged 300-ish for a few years. I don't know, coming out of COVID, I'm guessing that's kind of been the default number. You guys are looking at me like I'm wrong. I wasn't here right after COVID. But
me neither.
Okay. So as long as I've been around, that's been kind of the going number. And so when we took out the pews would seat like 900 and something.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were around 30% full. Most church leaders say the sweet spot is 60% capacity to 80%. That's where you want to be. We were at 33%, Doug.
All right. Thank you so much. Like Lance, for some reason, thinks 1/3 equals 30%. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
I do a lot of rounding. But anyway, we were about a third full-ish. Yeah. And we were used to
what's
spreading
wrong?
out.
What's wrong with the 30%? Why did scholars or church leaders say this is a bad number.
Your singing is hampered by it. It feels like a cavern. It feels like nobody's there. And here, I would get up and preach, especially in the summer, and there would be a donut in the middle.
Yeah.
There's nobody sitting in those front two sections. And the big problem with that, if you're speaking, is like you feed off the faces that you can see. And so you know if things are landing or not, or if you're losing them, and you adjust based upon that. If everybody's way far back away, there's an anxiety that overtakes at least me. I won't speak for you. As you're like, I can't tell if I'm hitting or not. I don't know where they are with what I'm saying, and so it's bad for your speakers, and it's just kind of a bad look. The singing's not as good, so it's just better if you're closer to full than closer to empty.
Yeah,
and over 80, it's just really hard to find a seat. And so we went from 30% full with the pews to 60% full with the chairs.
Nice.
And so we were right at the bottom of that sweet spot, but we've been habituated to having a lot of space to sprawl out in.
Yes.
Well, now our numbers are going up. We were 348 last week. We've had many weeks that we were in that 320 to 340 range, and so things are going well. So we're at 70% full, and that's taking out the front row, which is 20 chairs. I don't count those.
Yeah.
And so you take those out, and so I'm like, we're like in the middle of the sweet spot. Like we should be great. But on Sunday, some people had a hard time finding a place to sit, and so some might say, and I'd love to have this talk, that let's get more chairs. And I'm like, let's get more chairs if we stay at 348, 350 for 6 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But if we do more chairs now, then everybody will habituate to more chairs and
At
scoot
the
back
back.
out.
Yeah.
And then if we drop back, if we're still growing, but we drop to 310 or 315, then like we're still at the bottom of that 60%, and we haven't trained ourselves to like notice people as they're coming in and maybe offer them a seat, or maybe ask people that to scoot in, or maybe even change rows to make room for people that come in right at 10:29. Thoughts? Because we talked about this all morning.
We did talk about this all morning, and I go both ways. Ultimately, I agree with Lance.
This morning you didn't.
Well, I agree with you in the sense that
Ultimately.
once you start adding, if that number stays the same or goes down, the problem is that like the back row probably will hold at least 60 people, right? Because you just think, because it fans out, so each section has at least 15, maybe 20, and so you could have maybe as many as 80 chairs if you added one row to the back. Well, the front, there's only 6 on each one. That's only 24.
Yeah.
And so if you had just one row, you're going from 500, you say it holds?
508 or 509
So
right now.
almost to 600. So
Yeah.
so that is a significant increase, right?
And just everybody's going to move back a row.
Yeah.
And once they move back, if you take the back row back out, then people are going to feel like they've been wronged. That like you took my row.
Yeah. And if you add 60, 80 seats in the back and everybody scoots back, you now have like the first 3 rows are now empty.
Yeah.
Because they're so much smaller. And so, yeah, I get that. But, I also think about if I'm a visitor and I come in and there's me and my family, maybe when we had more of our kids at home, if we had 4 or 5, at 70%, it's a little bit harder to find 5 seats open.
It really is.
And so, to me, that would be it would be my fault for walking in late. But I'd also be like, ooh, this feels a little weird to like ask somebody to move, or like wander around looking for 5 open seats. So,
It's like walking through an airplane. Like you have your seat,
yes,
and you know that you're going to get there, but you've got to navigate everybody that's putting something
Yes.
up or sitting
Yeah.
in the one on the outside. Like family of 3, family of 2, several widows. You don't want to trample over widows.
sure,
But that's a chance for us to pay attention and show
Yeah.
love.
You're absolutely right.
Right?
You're
So
absolutely
like
right.
I would just ask our mature Christians that have been following Jesus for years to take that as a opportunity to when like at 10:26 when it starts to feel full.
And you see somebody looking around.
Yeah. Look around and just make room.
Welcome them. Yeah.
And I don't want to just read my bulletin article, but the Bible is full of times in which there's a crowd. Mm-hmm. And when you make room for one more, there's a miracle that happens.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the guy coming through the roof. I'm thinking of the woman who has the bleeding issue, that when like you make room for that one more, even though it's full, God shows up. And it's just a chance for God to show up. Mm-hmm. Just something as simple as like, I see that family, I caught them in the side view, and I turn and I see them, and then I'm like, I'm going to solve their problem.
Yeah.
And then we still get to sit close together. The music is still great. It's not like we're running 90% full, right? I mean, we're still at 70. I mean, it's not like I'm like, let's get crazy and everybody sit side by side, shoulder to shoulder. I mean, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like, let's stay within that 60, 80 rule and still make room for people.
Yeah. So I want to shift gears for just a second, because I'm curious if I'm the only one like this, and I'll pick on Donita. You have a family of 6, although I'm guessing you guys don't sit all in the same place, although you add your mom, but then you take away
a kid.
So okay, so you're still at 6. And so how many of you guys, like in normal, like a public outing, how many of you are comfortable with like, I just want to sit next to somebody that I don't know? Would you normally observe like the 1 seat rule?
Yes.
But
me as I've met you, I love you automatically type person is going to come sit next to Doug.
Yeah.
Whereas my husband, who is very introverted, is going to be like, you look kind of sketchy. I don't think so.
Yeah. He would
you looked at Doug.
She looked right at. And I'm actually an extrovert, but I tell people I have a big bubble. If you're not my family, I have a pretty big bubble. And for whatever reason, like, I just like to have that a little bit more space. I mean, I'm the type of person that like, I'm not a big hugger. I'm a side hugger. But if like I see a hug coming, like I will like take a inhale really deeply and hold my breath through that whole hug, just not because of them, but because of me. I just feel weird because quit laughing, dude.
I'm going to hug you until you pass out.
I'm agreeing with you because
Yeah.
I don't like to smell anything on anyone,
Yeah.
whether it's their gum, perfume, body odor, it doesn't matter.
And mine, I'm just the opposite, but the same. I'm afraid they'll smell something on me. I'm like, I take a shower, I brush my teeth, but like I still like, I'm very self-conscious. And so like I always want to maintain that. Let's have a little more room. So
I drink coffee like all morning. I can't imagine how bad my breath is. I'm sorry, Sarah.
We don't hug, so it's okay.
Well, and on the space thing, Ty is also claustrophobic.
Yeah.
So he loves doing security because his back is to the wall and he can see everything around him.
Yep.
So that's why he sits on the end always. Plus it helps corral a certain child.
Yeah, you got
You
to
can contain.
stick that leg out when the child tries to flee.
So I have one really short story. At Joe Don's funeral was yesterday, which, by the way, if you're listening to this or if somebody hears this, make sure Aaron knows he did an awesome job. Just
phenomenal.
It was great.
Really glorified God and honored his father. It was awesome. But, prior to that, like I walked in and I'm still getting to know some people. And so I know Jyles and Lance relatively well. And so I texted them like, hey, where are you guys? Because I couldn't see them sitting down, and they were up in the sound booth area. And I'm like, oh, so I really don't know where to go. And so I see Carrie Jacobs and Lisa. They were sitting down. So I thought, well, I mean, Lisa's my neighbor. I feel a little awkward, but maybe I can go ask if I can sit by them. I felt like it was junior high cafeteria all over again. So I don't think Lisa noticed this, but if she's listening, she'll get a chuckle out of this. So we go to sit down, and as soon as we sit down, I was like, I don't want to like ask if I can sit by them and then leave like 2 spaces open. So I sit right next to Lisa, but like they're chairs, not pews. So I'm on the very right edge of my chair, and she's to the left of me, and the longer the service went, the more I scooted over because the more self-conscious I became until I got to a point I was literally in between two seats because I did not. I was like, I feel like I'm too close. I feel like she's like, why did he sit here? I wish he would go away. And so by the time we get done, I was like, if that service had been like a couple hours, I might have been on the other side of the auditorium. I just kept moving over a little. So I get that. You know, there's some people who.
I've got a solution for you, Doug.
Oh, I don't want to know.
Do you carry your purse still? Your man purse? You could carry that, and then you socially could put it between the two of you, and then it wouldn't be awkward because there's something there.
I suppose I could, but
so
since I don't carry a purse and never have. You know what? At one time, I was studying. I was taking some classes, and I saw this sweet satchel. And guys, just think of like Indiana Jones. That's what that thing. It was all leather. It smelled like leather. It was awesome. I come in wearing it, and this is before crossbodies were a thing. And Lance just looks at me and just starts ripping me for my man purse. If Indiana Jones, if I had a whip, I could have pulled out just like Indy. It would have been. I would have cracked that whip, but I didn't.
Well, then you would like Oren's bag.
Yeah.
Go see Oren.
Yeah. So Oren and I were in the Indiana Jones.
Oh, Aaron
group.
too. He's got
Yeah, there you go.
Except
decent
Oren,
leather briefcase.
Oren doesn't crossbody it. He just carries it.
Yeah. I don't
Old
remember
school.
how I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, Lance.
You had a problem. I solved it for you. I don't know what the issue is, Doug. Just carry a purse, Indiana Jones bag, whatever you want to do.
One
You know what I
leather glove?
should carry? I should carry everybody has a million of these. They had all those little plexiglass stands that people used during COVID. I should just walk around with one of those and just set like
in
one
a
on
box.
each side.
Yeah.
I could just have a box.
Can you imagine if somebody came in and was like, what's that for? Oh, that's where our senior preaching minister sits.
Yeah, he has a box. Oh yeah, no, I'm that guy. I'm weird. So, but yes, we are so thrilled to have everybody here. And if you think it is too tight and too close, and you say I need a little more breathing room, please come talk to Lance.
Please invite a friend and
Yeah.
get enough people here that we need more chairs.
Okay, I'm throwing that out so we can add in that next row.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
mean,
next step.
we bought 100 more. Donita magic. Yeah, that's language we try to use around here. No, we have 100 chairs basically almost in one of the classrooms and in a closet, and the plan is to use them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just got to keep growing a little bit more. Let's stay at 350 for 6 or 8 weeks or something like that, and let's maybe put in another row or something. So yeah, that'd be a great way to solve the problem. Is more people, not fewer. After this, I'm probably going to be the bad guy with the chairs.
Again.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But when we first moved here, my dad was like, Lance. Well, he doesn't call me Lance. He was like, Dad, all my friends hate you because you don't allow us to play with balls in the FLC Wednesday nights. And the noise was chaotic, and we didn't want people to get hurt. And so had good reason. I was kind of the killer of fun.
Reason.
Yeah.
They've snuck a few in and have caused some scares.
Yes.
So
yes. Right.
very legitimate reason.
And so then we decided that we needed to crowdsource the cleaning just a little bit. And so this last Wednesday, we had buckets with soap, and we asked people to wipe down the tables and to stack the chairs at the end. Mm-hmm. And I made the PowerPoint slide. I kind of game planned it. I had some help with that. And then I was like, all right, I get up and be dad and say, okay, guys, we got to keep the house clean. And then I realized that I have to go teach Wednesday nights, and then I leave early.
He knew this the whole time. This was not like, oops, I messed up. It's like he planned this and be like, oh, by the way, I can't be the bad guy. I guess you have to be.
Yes. And so Doug got to be the strict parent, which you're always the fun parent.
Stepdad?
I am the... no, I don't want to say that. Can we erase that?
No.
I'm not the fun parent.
You are the
My
fun
wife
parent.
is the fun parent. I am
In
like
church life,
Oh yeah,
you're the
it's not even close.
The youth group kids in Hobbs, they liked me, but I still had to be like the boundary guy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're the guy who would go in there and like give them out and rile them up.
Oh yes, I would.
You're like the fun uncle.
Yeah, I'm the guy who shows up with a taser and a door gets broken. That is a true story.
Yes.
So then I had to be, which is really awkward for me because I'm not really good with being the heavy. But I just want you to know, like, I didn't feel like the heavy when we got done because, like, I don't want to say there was like a fight for the washcloths, but like there was a herd of people who went to grab one, just with no complaints, and just went to town. In fact, I don't want to name any names and embarrass them because they did this, and their reward is in heaven. So I don't want to take away, but they saw the buckets well before we even made that announcement, and they got up, cleaned off, and they washed off their table before we even said anything. I'm like,
That's
wow,
nice.
that is awesome. Like, hey, like this is, you clean up. And so anyway, everybody did great.
If we have people like that, they'll notice when people come in and they'll move and they'll make room for them.
Yeah.
I heard some good feedback last night as well about the cleanup after.
Good.
And people are seeing the blessing from it. It's
Yeah.
really a good idea.
Yeah. Even though we're not like hauling timbers or anything like that, there's just something special about just doing any sort of work and collaboration together and say, we did this.
Yeah.
And we just don't get a whole lot of that in the culture of a church. Just so much of it is, we're very passive.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes you feel really good.
Yeah.
Like if you're the one that's been showing up early, cooking, cleaning up, and just somebody pitches in a little bit here and
Yeah.
there, and you can see the teamwork and the care that they have for what you just did, it makes you feel better about what you're going to do in the future. It makes you more likely to serve.
Yeah.
I think. So it is really great if you have any opportunity to help, just the slightest bit. It can make a big difference.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could plug the rant builds here. I could plug the Thursday food distribution here. That, like, we do have kind of teams of people who go and do things. And it's literally the best times when you're doing something together.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we should pray for all of our servants here,
Yes.
present and future.
Yeah.
And would you like to lead that prayer?
Yeah, I'd love to. God, we thank you so much for calling us to be able to serve alongside one another and to serve the greatest master ever. Lord, I pray that as we find ourselves sometimes going through difficulties and hardships, let's be reminded that there's no better master to serve. And we just pray that we will continue to serve you. And in doing so, we give you all the glory. It's in your son's name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.